Hedonge koindo atoya labuni.
To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, Mbalo Mbolwani, my dear people, this is your queen, Ngningone, second of the name, 17th generation crown queen of the Fangs and of the Diasporan Africans, also known as the Immortals. Welcome back, my dear children. Welcome back to Nubia, the path to return, the home of the African royals. If you're watching me for the first time, hello, my name is Ngningone. I'm the host at Nubia, the path to return. Now, if you like my vibe, stick around. I promise you, you will learn something. Now, to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa returning for another video with their queen, welcome back. My dear children, thank you for liking and sharing my videos. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing the love. My dear and amazing children, what are we talking about today? Today we are talking about ending the master-slave relationships, okay? The dynamic master-slave relationships in our community, in our homes, and in society. First of all, my dear, beautiful, and amazing children, you have to understand that for a group of people who has been conquered and then colonized and enslaved, and we've been into captivity for a long time, trust and believe that part of us as to who we were, meaning these pure Africans, part of us has died, you know, from what we went through. Being put under a huge amount of control, of pressure, of violence, of torture, of everything, it cannot leave you unchanged. So many of us, since we have achieved freedom, many of us indirectly, intentionally or unintentionally, have become masters or are trying at least to always become a master over the other one of us whom we perceive or look as weak. First, I don't want our children to come and approach my platform being apprehensive, like, oh, this queen maybe, like she judges us, or we are so broken, we are, no. You don't understand how personal this is for me. This queen can touch on topics that nobody would want to touch, because this queen doesn't fear getting into the pond and getting dirty with you all. Do you know why? Your dysfunction is my father's dysfunction. When I was crowned queen and I finally now was given access to the top secret knowledge about our people, it humbled me. It humbled me to know, to see that our kings fought and died. They died for who? For you knuckleheads. So back then you guys were not knuckleheads. What happened to us made you knuckleheads. So this is the only truth I take with me. If my kings shed their blood for you, that's all I need to know. It means that you were important to them. So we're gonna carry on in trying to retrieve you, in trying to heal you, in trying to recover you, because that's what my fathers and my mothers want me to do. That's what their brothers, my uncles, want me to do. So keep in mind, when you hear me roasting you, it doesn't come from a place of judgment. It's me venting the suffering. Okay, we call it a zook. Blood was shed over your head. You're not a joke. You're not a clown. You're nobody's slave. Not just any blood, king's blood. So it's with that knowledge that I sit on this chair all the time to heal you, to guide you, to illuminate you on things you might not know about, but which are directly affecting you. Okay?
Camarade président Vladimir Poutine, camarade président chef d'État africain, camarade chef de délégation, bonjour. C'est un honneur pour moi ce matin donc de prendre la parole ici et de vous passer donc le salut fraternel du peuple du pays des hommes intègres. Je m'en vais m'excuser auprès des anciens que je pourrais vexer dans mes propos à venir. Africanité oblige, les droits d'aînesse, je me dois de m'excuser. Camarades, j'ai quelques questions donc de ma génération, mille et une questions qu'on se pose. Mais nous n'avons pas de réponse. Et il se trouve qu'ici, nous pouvons laver donc notre linge sale parce qu'on se sent en famille. On se sent en famille en ce sens que la Russie est une famille aussi pour l'Afrique. C'est une famille parce que nous avons la même histoire. La Russie a consenti d'énormes sacrifices pour libérer le monde du nazisme pendant la Seconde Guerre mondiale. Les peuples africains, nos grands-pères, ont été déportés de force aussi pour aider l'Europe à se débarrasser du nazisme. Nous partageons la même histoire en ce sens que nous sommes les peuples oubliés du monde. Qu'ils soient dans les livres d'histoire, dans les documentaires ou films, on tend donc à balayer le rôle prépondérant qu'a joué la Russie et de l'Afrique dans cette lutte contre le nazisme. Nous sommes ensemble parce que, actuellement, nous sommes là pour parler de l'avenir de nos peuples, de ce qui va advenir demain, de ce monde libre auquel nous aspirons, de ce monde sans ingérence dans nos affaires internes. Nous avons les mêmes perspectives et je souhaite que ce sommet soit l'occasion donc de pouvoir tisser de très bonnes relations en vue d'un meilleur avenir de nos peuples. Les questions que mes générations se posent sont les suivantes, si je peux me résumer, c'est de ne pas comprendre comment l'Afrique, avec tant de richesses sur notre sol, avec une nature généreuse, de l'eau, du soleil en abondance, l'Afrique est aujourd'hui le continent le plus pauvre. L'Afrique est un continent affamé. Et comment se fait-il que les chefs d'État traversent donc le monde à mendier? Voici des questions que nous nous posons et que nous n'avons pas de réponse jusque-là. Nous avons l'occasion de tisser de nouvelles relations. Et j'espère que ces relations puissent être les meilleures pour donner un meilleur avenir à nos peuples. Ma génération me charge aussi de dire que, par ce fait de pauvreté, ils sont obligés de traverser l'océan pour essayer de rallier l'Europe. Ils meurent dans l'océan. Mais que prochainement, ils n'iront pas traverser parce qu'ils viendront devant nos palais pour chercher leur pitance quotidienne. Pour ce qui concerne le Burkina Faso, aujourd'hui, nous sommes confrontés depuis plus de 8 ans à la forme de manifestation la plus barbare, la plus violente du néocolonialisme, de l'impérialisme. L'esclavage qu'on tend encore à nous imposer. Nos dévanciers nous ont bien appris une chose. L'esclave qui n'est pas capable d'assumer sa révolte ne mérite pas que l'on s'apitoie sur son sort. Nous ne nous apitoyons pas sur nos sorts, on ne demande pas que quelqu'un s'apitoie sur notre sort. Le peuple burkinabé a décidé de lutter contre l'île terroriste en mesure de relancer son développement. Dans cette lutte, des vaillants peuples, des vaillantes populations se sont engagées à prendre les armes face au terrorisme, ceux que nous avons affectueusement appelés les VDP, des volontaires. Nous sommes surpris de voir les impérialistes traiter ces VDP de milices et de tout type. C'est décevant, parce qu'en Europe, lorsque des peuples prennent les armes pour défendre leur patrie, on les traite de patriotes. Nos grands-pères ont été déportés pour sauver l'Europe. Ce n'était pas avec leur consentement, contre leur gré. Et bien au retour, on se rappelle bien qu'à Tiaroy, lorsqu'ils ont voulu revendiquer leurs droits élémentaires, ils ont été massacrés. Cela ne fait rien donc. Lorsque nous, peuple, nous décidions de nous défendre, on nous traite de milices. Mais là n'est pas le problème. Ce qui est le problème, c'est de voir des chefs d'État africains qui n'apportent rien à ces peuples qui se battent, mais qui chantent la même chose que les impérialistes en nous traitant de milices, en nous traitant donc d'hommes qui ne respectent pas les droits de l'homme. De quels droits de l'homme parle-t-on? Nous nous offusquons contre cela et c'est honteux. Il faut que nous, chefs d'État africains, nous arrêtons de nous comporter donc en marionnettes qui dansent à chaque fois que les impérialistes tirent sur les ficelles. Mais je voudrais terminer en disant que nous devons donc rendre hommage à nos peuples qui se battent. Gloire à nos peuples, dignité à nos peuples, victoire à nos peuples. La patrie ou la mort, nous vaincrons. Merci, camarades.
So I would like to invite you to take a closer look to your relationships. This does not just apply to people under my staff, the diaspora. It doesn't just apply to them, even on the continent. You see that sickness in many of our family members or even associates, even business partners, like in society or in our homes, our closest friends, our spouses and stuff like that. When you just quiet everything in your head, and my father used to tell me, you learn more by keeping quiet and observe. You will learn so much more than what people can just tell you with their mouth. So I like to sit in a corner and just observe people. Observe how they behave, how they do certain things. But usually, with my curious mind, I just don't stay there. And then I go and investigate the reasons behind a particular behavior. So whether on mainland Africa or the diaspora, our people in general have that tendency to want to entertain a master-slave relationships. And let me give you many examples. There's always, even in any business partnership, that's why we can't work together. Because when we get together, there's always some of us who won't have the same level of respect for the other ones in the group. They will see themselves as above. They will see themselves as the master. They will see themselves as the superior. So basically, because of what happened to us, sadly, my dear children, we have become our former masters.
Stéphane, les cerveaux d'État. Ok.
And this is so true. Observe the relationships first in the families. There always gonna be what we call the king. Every family has a king. Every family has that one child they gave the power to. They gave the power of the family, the wealth. That one child's achievement will exceed that of the entire group. It's like that. It has been like that. When we tell you that we are royalty, it's no joke. So usually in our families, they will mistreat the king, the one who thinks about everybody, the one who sacrifices, the one who puts himself last and put everybody's need first. That's the one they will abuse. As that one is trying to help and support the clan, the group, or the family, or the community, that one is usually being exposed to abuse because somebody else thinks that they can usurp authority or power from that one. Master-slave relationships. A friendship, instead of viewing each other as equal, my joy is your joy and stuff. No. One of gotta be the one taking while the other one is giving. Master-slave relationship. We just don't know how to function in a healthy manner anymore. Many of us have become monsters. You know, they come with so many games. Everything is so calculated. Every word they say has a set intention behind it and the outcome they want from it. We have become robots. How can we become free? Because when you look around, the dark is the black light, because we at the bottom of the barrel. How can we raise from it when we are still slaves of the mental programming they gave us? They told us to never work together, so we do just that. We roll into each other's company and we destroy it. We come and beg for work, and when we in, oh, now we're ready to feed our brother or our sister to the law. We don't even come and work the job they're paying us for. We come in to investigate them. We become an Inspector Colombo around them. We detect their weaknesses, and then we go tell the other thieves outside, oh, security is not solid, we can take her down. And then we group, and then we come. We have become slaves. You know, the masters don't even need to supervise us. They have broken us in 1,000 pieces that now we are doing each other. There won't be a liberation for ourselves, the African peoples, as long as we choose to try to be a master over one another. Even if you people have forgotten where they stole you from, trust and believe the former masters and their friends around, they know very well where they stole you from. So going around, I'm not African, we are not African, won't help. They hold you to the African standard. The disrespect, the hatred with which they came and handle your fathers is the same one they're giving to you. In order for them to kneel on George Floyd's neck, they had to behead George Floyd King at home. So this is what you need to get in your head. Everything we learn from slavery is to be repudiated, is to be banned, is to be nulled, is to be voided. We didn't win the war on the war front, but we can win the war by working tirelessly to recover everything they took from us. So number one, we have to stop the master-slave relationships. In the diaspora, what you observe, if you try to counsel these African-American couples, you will quickly realize the dynamic they have in there. The women are usurping power from the men. The women truly believe in the illusionary throne the former masters has given to us. So the women are holding on to the illusionary power the master have given us over here on the side of the world. So they hold on to it. And you know what? They have our sons' balls squeezed in their palm. Our poor sons, they can't breathe. They can't cough, let alone speak. This is how they maintain them. Under a dictatorship I've never seen anywhere else. It saddened me. So you could see that in America, in the black community, the master-slave relationship is everywhere, especially in their homes. Who are the masters? The women, and the slaves are the men. Don't believe the story that go around that our sons in America, they're all useless, they all know. A lot of them, they just don't get the reputation, because when a war machine has been set up centuries ago to bring you down, it's a war which is really tough to win. You have to understand that, our sons, the position you are in, you have to take yourself seriously, my dear sons. The war being waged against you hasn't ended. They murdered our fathers. Now they have trained our daughters to be master over you.
It's been a while since I've given you a Sleepyhead Chronicle, but I have something that's really bugging me. There's a diasporan woman, young woman, that I've linked with a Ghanaian driver. And I linked them because I felt like they were a good match in terms of her energy, her age, her vices, okay? And so he came to me and he said, I need you to talk with her. And so you have to know that Ghanaian men are not tattletale men. They don't need to come report anything to mommy. So I knew when he pulled me to the side, it was serious. He explained the scenario to me. And I pulled her to the side with him present. And I said to her, listen, this is a man's world. Ghana is a man's world, whether you like it or not. And if you're going to be effective in this country, safe in this country, be here for the long haul, you need male headship. Whether you're married or single, there needs to be one man that you can rely on, that you trust, that you will allow to lead, okay? So she kind of brushed it off. She was listening but not listening, and I saw the sort of cavalier attitude he's been dealing with. So I explained to her, I said, this is how serious it can get. I explained to her I was coming back from the Volta region, having served with Benjamin, and we was on the bus. All these years, it has never happened to me. And they pulled me off the bus, and they wanted to know where my passport was, okay? I didn't have my passport. I showed them my Ghana card. No, they wanted the passport because the passport determines whether you're in the country illegally. Have you overstayed your visa? And so even though I explained residency before I could even get another sentence out, Benjamin moved me to the side and he took over that conversation. And he reasoned with them and talked with them. And some of it was in English, some of it was in the native tongue. The point is, by the end of it, they gave me a warning. And they allowed me to get back on that bus. Now, here's the truth. The truth is they could have arrested me. They could have worked on exploiting, basically extortion. They could have asked me to pay this exorbitant amount to get myself out of this situation. And instead, he reasoned with them in a way that they allowed me to reload the bus. And you talk about grateful, you talk about beyond excited to have let him lead. There's nobody more competent, intelligent, more articulate than me. And I need male headship. And so I'm explaining to her the things that you're doing is frustrating him. You're talking too much. You're not listening to him. There are times you have to fall back and you have to let that African man lead. He knows his people. He knows their mindset. He knows why you're in that situation, and he knows the ways to get you out of it. This is a warning to all women. Be open to male headship to be safe. Many times, like with this young woman, she was loud, she's crying, she's animated. If you think tears work in Africa, it doesn't. If you think raising your voice works in Africa, it doesn't. Maybe you get somewhere in an interpersonal relationship, but when you're in public and things aren't going your way and it's looking dangerous, it's looking like it's not going to go in your favor, one thing that African man does naturally is, for the most part, he speaks low and slow and clear to his counterpart. So this is the other advantage you have. If you already know you amped up. I didn't realize how highly wired I was until I came to Africa. Amping high, raising my voice, forcing my way. And that's just in me. But because I have the headship, they will gently remind me, nudge me. Sometimes they let me get it out of my system, but I'm usually in a safe space. But never when there's a situation of dire need, okay? So I'm telling you what other people may not tell you. I'm not asking you to submit to a stranger and let a bum rule you. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that men in this country respond to men. That oftentimes, even with you standing there, they'll begin to talk to one another because this is a man's world. That's what it is. And you can move in it, but you want to move safely.
So I know a lot of our sons are on life support. The masters are done breaking them. Now the mothers are continuing. When the mothers are done breaking them, and then the girlfriends and the wife take over until they go and meet our ancestors in shame. but it should no longer be the fate of our sons out there. Because Tata Nzambe said in this day and age, we will heal, okay? He said to our ancestors that will come a time we will become untouchable. Nobody will be able to hurt us, to harm us in any way. His shield of protection gonna be over us. And this is the time his children are to heal. And the time has come now. So welcome to the age of the Aquarius. So I was saying that during the age of the Aquarius, all faulty foundations are bound to crumble. What does it mean? You will start noticing around you, even the big, massive corporation people thought that they were unsinkable as the Titanic will suffer losses, forcing them to close down. So you will see countries, nations that once were known to be mighty or powerful crumble, at the whip of their enemies. You will see a lot of that. And it goes further in our homes. Any faulty marriage that was built on lies, on manipulation, on master-slave dynamic, one giving, the other one taking. Such marriages, such relationships, such whatever, even ties and bonds between family members, all that is going to crumble. Because you know why? Tata Nzambe is cleansing the earth from scums.
Le meilleur, et donc les points à toi, la